Hey everyone, so today let's talk about drones. I mean, you see them everywhere now, right? From epic movie shots to flying over farm fields. But the story of how they got here, how they went from a military nickname to a global tech powerhouse, well, it's one of the most surprising stories out there. All right, let's get into it. It really all boils down to this one question. How on earth did a word, a nickname from the 1930s that literally just described a humming sound, end up defining a technology that's completely reshaping our world? To figure that out, we've got to go back way, way further than you'd probably guess. So, first up, we're diving into the deep military and historical roots of this technology. Because long before a drone was dropping off a package or taking a wedding photo, its ancestors were, well, they were instruments of war. What's just wild is how far back this idea goes. We're not talking the 2000s, not even the 20th century to start. Nope. 1849. The Austrians launched these explosive-filled balloons to attack Venice. But the name itself, that came a lot later. Jump to 1933. British gunners are training, and they've got this new remote-controlled target. It doesn't do fancy maneuvers, it just flies in a straight line with this low, steady hum. It droned. And just like that, the name stuck. Only 3 years later, the US military sees the British Queen Bee target, and they adopt the name too. Now, fast forward through decades of military tech, and boom, we hit 2010. Microcircuits get cheap and powerful enough to make consumer drones a real thing. And by 2014, the FAA gives the official green light for the first commercial drone flight in the US. And that's when the revolution really took off. Okay, so that's the history. Now let's jump to the present. Because from those military beginnings, drones have just completely exploded into pretty much every industry you can think of. They've become this absolutely essential tool for the modern world. You know, there's this saying that just nails it. It perfectly captures why commercial drones are so valuable. If it's dull, dirty, or dangerous, drones can do it. It really is that simple. They're taking on the jobs that are too risky, too boring, or just too messy for a person to do. And that one simple idea, that's what's fueling this whole takeover. And check this out. This is a perfect example. Think about inspecting massive power lines. The old way, you're either sending a crew up in a helicopter or you've got people physically climbing these gigantic towers. It's incredibly dangerous, it's slow, and it costs a fortune. Now, the new way, you've got a drone team standing safely on the ground. They get the job done way faster, it's much cheaper, and get this, they collect way better data, like thermal imaging that can spot a part that's overheating before it even fails. It's an absolute game changer. And it's not just power lines, not by a long shot. In farming, drones are spotting unhealthy crops from the air. On construction sites, they're tracking progress with insane accuracy. Real estate agents are making these incredible virtual tours where you feel like you're right there. And after a disaster like a hurricane, insurance adjusters can check out the damage without putting anyone in harm's way. I mean, the uses are just about endless. And of course, you've got Hollywood. You know those stunning, sweeping aerial shots in movies? Those used to require a massive budget for a helicopter and a highly skilled pilot. Now, a drone can do it for a tiny fraction of the cost. It's given filmmakers, even the independent ones, the power to get shots that were just impossible before. It's opened up this whole new world of creativity. So, we've covered the past and the present. But what's next? What does the future look like? Well, let me tell you, if you think drones are a big deal now, just you wait. The official numbers, they paint a picture of truly explosive growth. Let's just look at what the FAA themselves are forecasting. Back in 2019, there were about 385,000 registered commercial drones in the US. By 2024, they're projecting that number will more than double to over 770,000. We're not talking about slow and steady growth here. That is a vertical climb. And it's not just the drones themselves. The number of FAA-certified remote pilots, it's on the exact same rocket ship trajectory, expected to more than double in that same 5-year window. This isn't just some new gadget, it's a massive new industry that's creating a huge wave of new, specialized jobs. So who are these pilots exactly? You might think it's a bunch of airplane pilots just adding another skill to their resume, but the data actually shows the complete opposite. Almost 70%, over 2/3 of certified remote pilots are drone specialists. That's the only pilot certification they hold. This is solid proof that flying drones has become its very own field, and it's attracting a whole new generation of aviators. So when you put it all together, you take the long military history, the current industrial revolution, and this just staggering future growth,
you realize we're looking at a profound new reality.
This quote really just hits home, doesn't it? We all share one sky, and it is changing quickly. The sky above us, something we've kind of taken for granted for our entire lives, it is fundamentally changing. It's becoming this bustling highway for commerce, for data, for transport. We're all watching this transformation happen in real time. Which leaves us with this final thought. Drones have gone from war balloons to these incredible wonder machines, and along the way, they've just kept redefining what's possible. So as they become as common as a car or a smartphone, you have to ask, what's the next impossible thing they're going to make completely routine? The answer to that is going to be the next chapter in this amazing story. Thanks for tuning in.